After facing defeat at the hands of Frieza, Vegeta returns to Beerus' planet in order to undergo even harsher training. Beerus is upset, but he sees something great within Vegeta. Meanwhile, the Emperor Frieza has begun to look for ways to defeat Vegeta if he ever returns. Vegeta has new tasks at hand now. In place of the Master, what if Beerus raised Vegeta Part 2? Whis was right. Frieza saw the reconstruction of his castle as an opportunity to also find a way to defeat a possible return of Vegeta. He asked his forces for techniques, secrets from their home worlds. Some people came through, including a Metamorian showing the fusion dance, but Frieza found it distasteful and dismissed it. The Ginyu Force, however, thought it was kinda cool. The search continued. A few years passed, and Vegeta kept on training diligently under Beerus and Whis. Beerus is slowly trusting Vegeta with duties, even if Vegeta himself hates him. Beerus decided to take a long nap for a few years. He gave his apprentice a few new tasks, something that a god of destruction would do, telling him that this is a test. Along with it, he gave Vegeta a little bit of the Hakai energy to use, and Beerus proudly gave Vegeta an ear cuff to signify his use of destruction. Beerus was actually proud, but Vegeta couldn't tell. Vegeta was very good at his tasks, and finished what he needed to do rather quickly. He met Kaioshin and Kibito along the way. They both despised him, but over time, working together and even sparring a few times, Kaioshin started to like him. Yeah, he's a jerk and full of himself, but he has spirit, one that Shin likes. But there is one fateful meeting that challenges Vegeta way more than anything else. Whis took Vegeta to a different universe to inquire about a few matters with a Kaioshin named Gowazu. There, Vegeta met his apprentice, Zamasu. The young apprentice sees Vegeta as a strange anomaly, a mortal chosen by a god to temporarily take over his duties? Preposterous. Beerus should be ashamed. Vegeta noticed that he was questioning his skills and challenges Zamasu to a brawl. The man agrees and actually manages to nearly beat Vegeta. He was much stronger than Vegeta anticipated, though Vegeta wasn't using his full power. The battle was interrupted by Whis and Gowazu. Their meetings wouldn't end there, however, as Vegeta and Zamasu's battle sparks up a rivalry that would only continue to flourish in the years to come. Zamasu never understands how a mortal could be in such a position, but he learns to appreciate and even respect Vegeta. Often, the two would meet to do battle, and slowly, the two began to consider each other the closest things to a rival, and even a friend. So finally, Vegeta had an idea. One final time, he asked Whis to take him to planet Frieza. Whis reminded him that, though he may win this time, he was not allowed to kill Frieza. Vegeta smirked. When they arrived in planet Frieza, they once again stepped towards the throne room. This time, he didn't even bother with Zarbon and Dodoria. They were too scared to approach him anyways. Frieza went cold when he saw Vegeta walk in. He thought to himself, no, he isn't ready yet. I can't risk using him. Without much of a choice, he instead called down the Ginyu Force, telling them they are allowed to use those ridiculous new poses, as long as they beat Vegeta. Vegeta didn't have too much trouble with the Ginyu Force. They were simple to beat, and thanks to some insight from Whis, he was already aware of some of their strange moves. He was able to avoid the body swap, and even took down Goldo's time stop, though it cost him some trouble at first. The real challenge arrives when Recoome and Birder decide they have no other choice than to use their new technique. Vegeta thought it would be another one of those dumb poses. He was surprised that a new warrior was born, Recruiter. Yes, from Dragonball Fusions. He was much stronger than the other members, and he actually posed a little bit of trouble to Vegeta. In his mind, however, the prince compared him maybe to second form Frieza, if that. The fusion was an impressive technique, however, and he made sure to make a mental note of it. The attacks were crazy, and his key explosions actually destroyed some of their own forces. Vegeta rose to the sky and blasted down a rain of ki bullets towards the fusion and the remaining Ginyu Force, but the fusion protected them all. In a show of strength, attempting to scare Frieza, Vegeta released some of the Hakai energy. It crashed against the fusion, and it simply disappeared into nothingness. Vegeta looked at his hand, surprised. He hadn't used it against a single living being before. The rest of the Ginyu Force looked clearly terrified, but they were willing to continue the fight. Frieza didn't allow them to. He stepped forward, instantly transforming into his final form. Ginyu and the others stood at attention, as Frieza explained that they could relax. He would take care of this. This was what Vegeta had been waiting for. The final battle. Vegeta wasted no time, firing a ball of dense Frieza's ki at the Emperor. He dodged it and responded with his own ball of ki. Instead of dodging it, Vegeta grabbed it, infused it with his own ki, and launched the ball back. This surprised Frieza, who grabbed one of his soldiers with his tail and threw him at the ki ball. The two fighters rose up to the sky, clashing high above the clouds. The others could barely keep up with their movements. Frieza struck Vegeta, allowing him for a chance to bring him down, grabbing Vegeta with his foot and dragging him across the ground. But Vegeta was able to push himself up, freeing himself and throwing a barrage of ki bullets at Frieza. Hurt? Frieza exploded his aura, his muscles expanding as he increased his power. So there was more, Vegeta thought to himself. Frieza said that he should be proud. Rarely was he ever pushed beyond 50%. But it didn't matter to Vegeta. He wasn't there to talk. The prince appeared before the Emperor, grabbing him by the shoulders, pushing him down and smashing his knee against the Emperor's face. Frieza's nose bled as he shot back up, hitting Vegeta with his head as he rose up. Frieza spun to grab Vegeta by the neck with his tail, asking him if he wanted to know what his father felt before he died. Vegeta said that he didn't care and fired a blast at Frieza's face. This forced the Emperor to let him go. He began to create a death ball that could potentially destroy the planet. Vegeta smirked up at Frieza, and instead of responding with his own attack, he simply caught the death ball in mid-air. It was difficult, and he wasn't trying to protect anyone, but he couldn't fight without a planet. Vegeta began to flex as he pushed the death ball forward, crushing it until it exploded. The bright light signified the end of Vegeta as far as Frieza knew. Frieza laughed loudly as his forces below clapped for him. He bowed proudly, unaware of the immense aura growing behind him. The claps stopped, and Frieza turned around. He saw something incredible. The fury of every single Saiyan contained within a golden aura. It was Vegeta. The Saiyan bent his knees, letting out a sigh. He smirked, saying, "For the record, I didn't need to transform to take down the Ki Sphere. I just wanted to show you true power." Frieza started to take steps back. He truly feared the worst, asking, What are you?" Vegeta responded by saying, "The God of Destruction taught me. The power derived solely from instinct is unbounded. This, Frieza, is the legendary Super Saiyan." The training after Vegeta's defeat had served to evolve the prince much further than he thought possible. Some of the training Whis was not even aware of, but it pushed Vegeta into a Super Saiyan. From below, Whis smiled proudly. Vegeta pointed his hand out at Frieza, a ball of yellow ki forming, very similar to Beerus' own, but he called it Big Bang Attack! Vegeta turned around and began to walk away. Whis didn't turn as Vegeta passed him. "Don't worry, Whis. He isn't dead." Frieza was left shaking, powerless. As Vegeta passed Zarbon, he asked if he could join the new Emperor. But Vegeta laughed. Emperor? There was nothing for him to rule. That kept Zarbon quiet. Whis and Vegeta left. Beerus was already waiting for them, asking what the hell happened. Before Vegeta could even answer, the angel said that he passed the test. And for the first time since he was kidnapped, Beerus smiled at Vegeta. He hated Beerus, but at least this time he was content. Everyone quietly stared at Frieza, who was humiliated. Zarbon took slow steps towards Frieza, asking what they were going to do now. Without looking back at him, Frieza killed Zarbon. He asked if anyone else dared defy him, and the remaining soldiers instantly went back to work. Frieza got in his hover chair and asked Dodoria to take him to the place. The two men walked down some stairs and into a secret room where the castle used to be. There, he approached an older man. Frieza questioned him about when the subject would be ready, and the older man said that he wasn't sure. He was still far too dangerous. Frieza got angry, punching the wall. He didn't care if he was dangerous to the universe. He had just been humiliated by Vegeta. They needed to use him now. The older man said that he saw the battle, but that he never doubted Lord Frieza's supremacy. Vegeta would have what he deserved coming to him. The man then took one step to the side to allow Frieza to look into the chamber behind the glass wall. There laid a being, a Saiyan. Frieza smirked as he clicked on his scouter, which instantly exploded. This Saiyan. Even if Vegeta was a Super Saiyan, Frieza was sure that this subject had to be the real legend. Frieza said, "Soon, you will help me obtain my revenge, young Broly." Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm glad I could get this one out to y'all a lot sooner than most of the other sequels. It's only been a few hours since the first video's up, but judging from it, you guys have really enjoyed it thus far. I know it was a little weird to end it in a defeat, but I hope this video made up for it. The ending of it was inspired by the latest Dragon Ball Super chapter, and I hope you guys noticed that. I'm recording this the day we had the announcement for the new Dragon Ball Super movie title, Superhero. Let me know in the comments what you thought of it. It's really exciting stuff. I'm particularly excited to see what the new animation style will look like, and I'm also excited to see what this movie will bring as far as playgrounds for me. New what ifs incoming. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at ShareYourEnergy, where you can always recommend any what ifs you have. Shout out to the Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan God members of the channel: Neo Whitcomb, Secret Saiyan, Pizza Hut Kitman, Orlando Castellano, Hannah Rowan, Sid Lord, Sir Justice, Midnight Combatant, Fox Die, The Real Samuel Randall, and Zachary Croy. Thank you so much for your constant support, guys. This channel wouldn't be around without you all. I gotta also say thank you to Sharo Gaming, a good old friend of mine, for changing up and coloring the manga panels of Vegeta turning into a Super Saiyan, as well as Mr. Negative for letting me use the render of Burger and Rikuma's fusion. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Let's try to get this video to 3,000 likes. Be sure to share with friends that like Dragon Ball. Anyways, until we meet again. See ya!
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Smugstick, unless you want to be destroyed.
Lord Beerus, that's hardly fair. But also, don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified when he uploads new videos.